Hey there, guys. Welcome back to Beyond the Ranch. This is the 30 and 30 escape zone. Once again, we're doing this. I actually lost our intro. So it was on my computer. I did some cleanup on my computer and I moved the file. And then, of course, we can't find it. So it's somewhere. We'll find it or I'll make a new one, which I probably need to do anyway.
Rookie mistake, man.
Very, very rookie mistake. Thank you guys for joining us. See, everybody forgot about the intro by now anyway, so we're just moved on past it. Yeah. This is the hiding from the 30 and 30 video. We did it last year, the live stream. We did it last year. It's our last live stream of this month until we get to the 24-hour live stream that happens, I don't remember the day, the 30th? Of
Saturday?
April? Yeah, the last Saturday.
I think it's the 30th.
It's something like that.
It's Saturday.
Keeping days straight right now around the ranch is a little...
You got a nap?
A little tricky. Yeah, I did, and I realized how much I hate napping.
I know, because it's like the worst.
It's so hard to...
I know, and I had to go do all your chores while you were napping.
You didn't have to do it. Oh, you're going to play that game.
Yeah. I had to go do all your chores while you were napping.
You didn't have to do anything. You could have just, when we got done with the live stream, you could have just said, "Hey, go do your stuff," and then I would have went and done it. Because I still have to go do chores after live stream
I know, but
too.
I had to feed animals and fill waters and
all the things that I would have done tonight when I went out to do chores.
I know, you really should be thanking me.
I did thank you, but now, apparently I really should be thanking you. How are you?
I'm all right.
How is the 30 and 30 treating you so far? Just another day.
It's not like it doesn't affect me. And in some realities, though, like you editing, because you've been done by about like midnight, which is great, because then you go do a nighttime check.
Yeah.
Like, I actually am sleeping better because you don't wake me up. Because you don't come to bed and then leave and then come back to bed. Like you just come to, like you check and come back to bed and then you get up at sunrise. So like I've actually been sleeping better. So that's great.
So yeah.
It's busy, but this is our 4th year of the 30 and 30.
Yeah, it started in 2020 as part of COVID. When COVID hit, we decided we wanted to do something to kind of keep people's morale up.
Yeah, it was like what we felt like we could contribute, like, to the world. I don't know what we were thinking. What were we thinking?
Whenever
we're still here.
Whenever we decide to do something from now on, we should just think to ourselves, how does this benefit mankind? And if it doesn't benefit mankind, we just don't need to do it.
Don't do it.
Just don't do it at all.
All of mankind.
All of mankind.
Nobody gets nothing no more.
Just Scoot has been drinking early because he asked, and a $10 super chat, who thinks Mike should do a 24-hour live stream every Saturday during the 30 and 30?
That one's tough. The 24-hour live stream, like that's...
We talked about it in our last live stream, but... you know, we get a lot of emails and stuff. People say, well, you shouldn't do the 24-hour live stream. You know, you should do a 12-hour live stream and call it good, which would be, you know, if I would have started out doing a 12-hour live stream, people would have never, we would have got emails, people saying, well, you should do a 24-hour live stream. We would say, yeah, that's stupid. But I think...
You're going to have to retire at some point.
At some point, but I think the whole point behind the...
We're not spring chickens no more.
We're taking naps in the afternoon. The whole point of the 24-hour live stream, and at least one of the things, the symbolism behind it for me has always been that the ranch is a 24-hour-a-day animal. Like, anything could happen at any time.
I mean, you obviously sleep.
I do,
calving.
but like with what's-her-face, this cow that we pulled, like 48... Is that her number? 48?
I cannot remember any of the heifers' numbers.
You know, like I went out at 1 o'clock in the morning. It was about 1:30. Went out and, you know, saw that she was going to have a calf soon. But yeah, I have to go sleep. I have to go do something. Yeah. So I go back, I catch a few hours worth of sleep, come back out, and then all hell breaks loose. So
what did we learn from that lesson?
Apparently I don't get to sleep.
No, take your radio with you.
That too. But how about we learned that we alternate checks.
To take our radio with us?
No, we alternate checks.
You get mad when I check.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do, because I'm like, this needs done and this needs done, and I think this one's having her calf and this one lost her baby and we need to find it.
And there's paint coming off this roof. Can you come over and paint this?
It's not that dramatic, but there was another super chat.
Yeah, Just Scoot, $5 super chat. Cheers. Yeah, I don't honestly. I don't see any other 24-hour live streams happening.
No, just
any other time. So it's a special thing. Just think of it as magical. It's a very magical day. Jared said nobody cares about Mike thinks. That's a great idea. Yeah. I'm guessing how do you sleep during the 24-hour live stream? I don't. The first year during the 24-hour live stream,
you took a 45
I took a 45-minute nap.
But that's it. After that, you were so tired and groggy afterwards. You're like,
see, I can't nap. That's
just
the
better
problem.
to stay up. I mean, I think we've all done that, right? Like, we've all stayed up, all night or whatever. And it is, if you can't get like 4 hours of sleep, it's just better to stay up, I think. Personally.
Yeah.
But
we could do a 24-hour live stream every Saturday. Just 8 hours of it would be me sleeping. So that's fine too.
I mean, you don't sleep for 8 hours, right?
No, I don't, but it'd be nice if I did. So tonight, our main goal here is to answer your guys' questions about the 30 and 30 or anything else that you really have questions about. We invited as many people as we possibly could to this, so thank you very much for being here. I see a lot of new names. Lib Travis. Tommy is here. Of course, the Amatos are here as well. Thank you to our moderators for being here. Bill the Tractor Man, Matt Fensel, Lori Habel, William Dunn is here, and I'm not sure if Zach is here or not, but thank you guys for being here and keeping us all in line. Alex Jacobs, Prepper 101, and of course Jeff Lake is here, coming to us from sunny San Francisco, California. Everybody who now comments and asks where Jeff is at, I just say California.
Yeah.
Where's Jeff at? California. Not here. I don't
When's
even say
Jeff
not
going to
here.
be here? When he's in a video.
When he's not in California.
That's what I just.
We used to. I think last year our answer when people asked where Jeff was at, I would always say pooping. Because I don't know where I don't know. He's in the bathroom. I don't know where he's at. No idea.
Yeah, it's. We're not going to announce a date. He's going to be here when he's here.
Yeah, exactly.
So you guys are just going to have to wait, okay?
For Miriam, $100 super chat. Thank you very much. That's awesome. How many? I'll answer the question right above it. This is a $100 PJ claw witter. How many calves are you expecting? All of them. Actually, I don't know how many are. I think.
There is no point in counting calves until they are all here and alive.
True. We've had an interesting beginning to calving, obviously, and you guys have been watching it during the 30 and 30. We kind of hit the ground running. With the video before the 30 and 30, we're pulling calves. We've had obviously more calves born during the 30 and 30. Today's video with the really difficult pull. I think that.
Well, the other one is difficult. It was just breech, so it's just.
Correct. Yeah. Actually, I think that the breech, and maybe it was because I had you and Carrie there with me helping with the breech pull, but the breech was easier than. Well,
the breech, like
this giant calf.
That heifer calf was a big calf, but it wasn't ginormous like this one, and just backwards obviously like makes it more difficult, but it was. I don't know. This one was big.
Yeah, so. He's a big guy. In fact, I filmed today, which will come out tomorrow because we're always a day behind. But I can give you a little spoiler alert. He weighed 115 pounds. Normal calf is about 75 pounds. So he is a big calf. Also, he has a ginormous head.
He has a big head, yeah.
In fact, I started calling him Blockhead.
Yeah.
Because or Charlie Brown, one or the other.
He looks like a bull. Like when you look at him, it's like, oh yeah, that's a bull.
Yeah.
Like when I looked at him in the barn yesterday, I was like, yeah, bull.
Yeah.
Don't count your calves till they're here. Yeah, we know what we're expecting. But it's what we're expecting. They're not here yet. They're not on the ground. And even when they show up, they can, stuff happens. So, did she push her placenta out? Yeah, it's in the barn.
Oh, yeah, she had it in the
barn.
I
almost stepped on it 37 times today when I was messing with water and emus.
Why were you over there? I put it over there so it was out of the way.
Well, I had to get a pitchfork, and I couldn't find one except for back there.
Oh, there's lots of pitchforks all over the place, but okay.
Well, that was the only one I could find. And then I went back behind, because there's an alleyway back behind those stalls, and so I was filling water from back there, and I was trying to get her to like me and give her cake, and the freaking emus, man. Like Jenny had her head stuck through the head gate. Like, what are you guys doing? And so he went over and petted her.
So the afterbirth, I actually filmed it, and I was going to put it in the video, but it was a little gross.
It's real gross on the ground. We need to do something with it.
I'll get it out of there. I kind of just threw it out of the way. So
it's in the if you've been here and seen, if you're familiar with the barn, the head gate that's in the barn.
Yeah.
It's in that.
Exactly.
It's in the head gate. It's in the. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a big boy. I saw Just Scoot asked if his hoof straightened out. He did. He was a little bit knuckled under. Now, when he came out, obviously it's huge, right? So I think actually the knuckling under that you're seeing, that, and it's just the tensing of the ligaments, so their legs will kind of do this number. He didn't have a whole lot of room, but also I was pulling. I mean,
he's got some swelling.
Yeah, so he's got some swelling on that thing. He's up on all fours now, and in fact today when I filmed with him, I weighed him and so I figured this is going to look stupid in the video, but I brought in that little...
Don't give him all the spoilers.
No, but I brought in that medical scale, the platform scale that you stand on that has the thing. When you're holding a calf, you can't see the numbers. It was very, very tricky, and I couldn't figure out how to do it. So it was tricky, and he's huge. So
yeah, he's swollen, and he's a little, like, you can tell, like, he's probably got some pain. He probably just needs another shot of Banamine.
Yeah, we'll probably do that tomorrow.
But he's looks good. So
yeah. Oh, we could have called him Bubba since we had Forrest and Jenny.
We really can't name every single calf. How can you tell the front legs from the rear legs? That's a great question. So hooves are a point. Like I think we should all know what a hoof looks like. We're going to assume that you do. If not, Google what a cow hoof looks like. But anyhow, they have a point, right? It's like a teardrop, kind of. And so the point, if it's coming the way it's supposed to, like they're diving, their point should be pointing up. If they're breech, it's pointed down.
Yeah, yeah, and that's why. So when I first went out to that guy and I found him and Mom, when I first looked at it, I automatically thought that it was a breech calf. First of all, they're huge. They were huge hooves, so they look like rear hooves because usually they're bigger than the front hooves anyway.
Yeah, the back of the hoof it's like a teardrop.
Yeah, and the way that she was laying, they were kind of turned and twisted around. So
well, maybe he was twisted in the birth canal.
Yeah, his hooves were kind of backward. You can see it in the video. Like, just at first glance, it's like, oh crap, this is a backwards calf again. So, and that's when I brought her up into the chute. Once I got her up in the chute, then I was able to figure out pretty quickly that, oh no, these are front hooves. Especially when I reached in there and I was like, oh, there's a face. Like, normally you don't have that unless you have two calves, which then that gets a little confusing.
Forward and a backward.
Yeah.
That would be
that's a nightmare.
That's probably beyond our skill level.
Yeah, exactly.
That would be tough. How do you cut the cord? It breaks.
Yeah, we don't cut the cord. It just breaks as the calf comes out. So.
Are you getting enough snow to help with the drought? Yeah. Big storm coming.
Yeah, we've got, I've been talking about the last couple of videos and we've been preparing for it today, but how many inches are we up to now or down to? Because it's been kind of up and down a little bit. And I've just been sticking with that 13-inch mark just because that's what I remember. But it's been kind of fluctuating up and down. So what is it as of now? Weather
Underground says we're going to get 8 inches tomorrow and 4 inches Tuesday, so we're at 12. We have a winter storm warning, 45 mile an hour winds, 45 mile an hour winds.
Wind is?
And 8 to 18 inches is what the winter storm is saying. And then the U.S. weather station out of Rapid City says, I sent that picture. We are in an area that is 12 to 18.
Yeah.
Pretty good chance of 12 to 18 inches and 45 mile an hour winds.
Exactly. Matt had a good point. Another way to tell when you have the front feet is there's usually a head right behind them. You hope anyway. Sometimes
but
you can get a head turn around too.
If you once you
I think he was joking.
I mean, the head could be reason you do have to. So regardless of how the hooves are presenting, like it is a good idea to stick your arm in there and make sure one calf, and then that you do have a head or you have a butt, right? Because like heads can be turned back too, and that can be why they're stuck. So
yeah, a little confusion in today's video. Sheila points this out. Some people are saying 5 calves. I thought it was 4. There are actually 5 calves. If you watch that video all the way to the end, we had one of our cows, number 130, had her calf as well. So we kind of tagged a little bit backwards because I tagged the one out in the field, number 4. Number 5 is Blockhead that's in the barn.
Well, she could have had that one.
She could have. I mean,
time
scale.
Busy.
Yeah, we were. Who knows what was going on out there? But she was off with her calf anyway. So.
Because it was up and dry and sucking and everything by the time you got out there. So.
Yeah, she could have had it last night or the night before. So I know. So.
Not the night before, but in the middle of the night.
Possibly. Who knows?
Although you weren't really checking cows at nighttime until that one was born.
So they kind of force you into that. So yeah, now we're checking heifers and cows. And luckily I'm not checking the feedlot for calves because we got 45 now, and with the heifers as well. So should be interesting as things kind of keep on going here. 45, we can talk about her, the fact that she could be pregnant. We're pretty sure she's pregnant. She looks pretty pregnant.
Which one's 45? I can't remember.
She's the red one that came from the feedlot.
She's pregnant.
Yeah. Did you look at her today?
I looked at her when you brought her over.
Well, I thought you went and checked heifers today.
I did, yeah. She doesn't have a baby.
She doesn't have a baby?
No, Black Brocco. What's her number?
40-something.
40-something.
7, 9.
She's my next prediction.
Okay.
And then black one with 1 ear tag.
Okay.
She's also close.
Okay. We'll keep an eye on those ones. Luckily, we've got, they're pretty close together. So now it's getting easier to check those guys. You can kind of just scan right through them and see what's going on.
Well, yeah, the red Brocco's not due till May.
Yeah.
She doesn't have a bag at all. That's why I think 45 is bred, because she has a bag. And what's the red Brocco's number?
40.
Whatever. She's not due till May, and she has no bag. So, yeah, I think she shouldn't be 45 shouldn't be bagging up unless she's bred.
Right.
So, yeah.
Now, Brian has a good point. Her coming from the feedlot, that might be she's a big cow, so I'm hoping that, all that corn and oats and barley and all that good stuff that we gave her didn't go straight into the calf. But there's really no way of knowing until we find out, until she has it. So we'll know when that starts. And we'll make another video about it.
Yeah, and there was a few comments on today's video too about the bull, and we shouldn't put him with heifers again, and his numbers were wrong. Like, we bought him, he's a registered Black Angus from a reputable breeder, same place we got Dew from. Breech calf and that poll's not his fault. That's just a orientation that has nothing to do with birthing weight. That calf was normal size. This one's obviously big. We've had you obviously don't want a heifer throwing a 115-pound calf, but we've had cows throw that big of calves. It just happens once in a while. So I don't think that it's our bull's fault. I don't know. I don't think it's we're not done.
Well, here's the thing. The heifers are bred. There's nothing we can do about that at that point. This point. So we need to get through these guys, and then we'll be able to, sit back and look at this now and go, okay, now here's, all the problems we had. What do we do? How do we deal with this? Right. He had a low birth weight, but that's not 100% accurate. It's not 100% accurate 100% of the time.
In all reality, we were hoping to use him on heifers again this year. So him as a 3-year-old breed our 2-year-olds, and then after that he would be too big to breed heifers, so we'd have to get a new heifer bull. But we were hoping to use him again 1 more year on heifers. In his size and age doesn't change his genetics that he's throwing.
No.
So it's more so about his body frame versus theirs. So
exactly.
We'll see. Yeah, we've pulled 50%, but a breech doesn't count. That's not the bull's fault.
No, that's just bad luck.
Yeah.
I saw a question back here I wanted to answer, and
why would be coming from the feedlot be hard on her? Because she got a lot of extra protein that pasture cows don't get.
Yeah, she could technically have a bigger calf. Lead steer questions. I saw another one.
I don't know that we'll get another lead steer. Do you think we'll get another lead steer?
I don't know. I mean, Cracker Jack, obviously, he's a giant white cow that's extremely recognizable. If I wanted another lead steer, I'd want it to be something like that. It's kind of like we were hoping, like, blonde cow would have a blonde calf, and then that calf could become a lead steer. Yeah, it would have having a black lead steer. Well, the concept is still exactly the same. It doesn't matter what the cow looks like. A lead steer is a lead steer. Having Cracker Jack out there with those girls, number one, if you're out looking for cows and you find Cracker Jack, you found the cows.
Yeah, and he comes. I mean, but Bambi comes, or
yeah, technically Bambi could be a lead.
You know what would be great is if I don't want bottle calves, right? It'd be great to not have bottle calves, although Harvest Toasters really like bottle calves. But could we get a frickin' heifer bottle calf?
Do you want another Bambi?
Yeah, she's getting old.
Yeah, she is.
She's not like old, but she's getting older.
Yeah. Yeah, and they do. I mean, they follow Cracker Jack around,
but Bambi bottle calves are like, I'm gonna go do my own thing, and I'm not paying attention. So
you do. They do wander around.
Maybe if we had some weird genetics and we had somebody throw like a weird color calf or something, but just because the bull has a little birth weight EPD doesn't mean that mom has a little birth. Yeah, here. I mean, we're keeping.
That's very true. Yeah, mom is 50% of the problem.
And cow genetics play a big role in this too, right? And so like, it's not just the bull, it's the cow too. So,
David K has a good question here. Do you guys keep a first aid emergency kit in the shop? Here's tractors. I'm a medical type and I worry about those things.
He doesn't even take his freaking radio with him. You think he's got Band-Aids?
We do have Band-Aids and junk in the shop. Obviously, I don't think I have.
From like 2003?
They still work. The gauze doesn't expire. In fact, I think the Banamine that I gave the calf expired, but that that's neither here nor there. He's fine.
Does Advil expire? No.
Does gauze expire? Does a Band-Aid expire?
It might deteriorate. Is the first aid kit open? Is it covered in dust? Probably.
It's somewhere.
No, we're not super great about that. But
no, there's a roll of toilet paper downstairs in the bathroom.
Yeah.
That's all, just right now.
We're 10 minutes from the emergency room. Like, we're not in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
So, not that, we want to run to the emergency room, but if you get trampled by a cow, Band-Aid ain't going to do nothing anyhow. Just saying.
That's true. That's very true. All right. Oh, look at that. Somebody's really keeping track. I just saw that. Where is it? There are 5 calves, 3 in the nursery, 1 in the pasture, 1 big bull calf in the barn. Yep, he's and there. That's exactly how everybody's laid out right now. Yeah. So feel free to come out and check them anytime you want.
I saw somebody earlier asked if we had the 30 and 30 shirts from last year. We don't. It's new design. That's what's available on our website.
Yeah, we made a new design. So.
Variables is based on a percentage.
I saw a question earlier about the reservoirs and the dams, and building up the dams and making them even bigger. We could. It's we're happy with what we've got now. Obviously,
it is not a great use of money
at this point. No.
Yeah.
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 We had a long discussion. Last live stream about ponds?
I might have been during Patreon. I don't remember, but
gotcha.
Yeah, it's a. Heavy equipment operators and machine time and stuff it's a lot of money, and it's not worth it. We're always gonna have droughts, and we're always gonna have times of not drought. Like it is what it is. So.
Little Fear asked, was Erin raised ranching?
No, my mom and my stepdad didn't get married until I was in college, so I did not grow up ranching. So when we came to the ranch in 2008, it was both of us coming to the ranch. I had helped a little bit. I had spent a summer with my mom and Gilbert just doing summertime stuff, and I would help a little bit during calving, but like go to the vet and pick up colostrum and like help warm up a calf. But no, not like this. So. Yeah.
Hey.
Oh, it's sunset.
That's my sunset alarm. I've got alarms set for sunset and sunrise.
I saw Dan, having worked in feedlots, the problem with heifers is fat deposition. 45 is not going to be a problem. She hasn't been on feed long enough. Yeah, she's only on for 30 days. If she'd been on for 120 days.
It might be a different deal.
Right, she was in B team?
Yeah.
Yeah, 30 days. Not a big deal. Should be fine. And they start at a low ration.
Yeah, lower. It's still.
Yeah, but
they're still getting
they
more
have to
than
get
like a cow would in the field, but yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, some people feed cows grain or silage and stuff too, and higher protein towards the end of gestation. So she should be fine.
She should be. Trader Joe's asked if we ever thought about using tracking tags, the 701Xs. I actually have seen those.
Don't you have to charge them?
They have a little solar thing on them. So they charge
a little solar panel.
They do. They have a little solar panel on. Obviously they link to a cellular network, So you have to have like little tiny miniature cell towers around your field and stuff.
All that.
And and it's actually pretty expensive. I think I can't remember if the 701s, I think they're right around $100, $150 a piece per tag.
Plus what's the monthly fee?
Oh, who knows? Whatever cell phone service you need to have, I have no idea.
Well, we have a GPS for our dog, and it's what, $50, $60 a year.
Yeah, but we can take it off our dog and charge it.
Yeah, we charge it. So, but it was still like, I don't know.
I think it's like $100 a year for her.
Yeah, it's still kind of expensive. So, yeah, it's all that stuff. Like you have to pay for that. Obviously.
It was funny because when we were at NCBA 701, they had or something like them. It may not have been them, but another solar tracking tag, and which would go in ear tag. I was talking to them, and their suggestion was that you put it in your bulls or you put it in a couple cows.
Not your
entire herd, because then if something where the herd's at, basically they're going to be together. If somebody steals them, whatever else. I actually talked to a company I think it was somewhere, I can't remember where it was at, somewhere in Europe or something a while ago, and they were developing an ear tag that had microphones in it, all kinds of crazy stuff that it would pick up if there was car sounds or if there was voices. It would send you a text and somebody's stealing your cows.
And your data.
And your data. It didn't go to China. It wasn't.
How do we know?
But
what was happening to our GPS on our cows?
I don't know.
Was it for the aliens, so the aliens could take them?
So the aliens could get the cows' social security numbers? Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe, possibly.
I think sometimes
what they want to buy on Amazon.
Mm-hmm. What they watch on TikTok. Do you think they would watch other cows?
You think cows would watch other cows on just TikTok or any social media in general?
Do you think big cows would watch mini cows?
I think everybody should watch mini cows. Not everybody should buy mini cows, but everybody should watch them. And the more you watch, the less you need to buy, because you're fulfilling your need of mini cow.
I don't think that's how it works.
Eventually you end up buying one, I'm sure.
I think sometimes there's just too much.
Too much
like
what?
That. I remember those tags. I was like, we don't need this.
There's a lot of technology out there that's really cool.
Useless.
But yeah, it's kind of useless. It's like, okay, that's great. Now I know where my cows are at, but I could also just go down and look. I was even thinking.
Well, you should just take the drone.
The other day, I was up here editing, and I was like, I could fly my drone out the window and go over and check the heifers. And
well, that's what the whole internet wants you to do, is to take your drone and check the cows.
Fly around the cows, and I just have to, just ranch from home. But, there is something to be said about going out and checking your cows, going out and putting your eyeballs on your cows and looking at them and being around them. If you remember...
You shouldn't be checking the cows with a drone.
No, why would you want to do that? But if you remember, now think back when we first brought those heifers into the corrals. I brought you guys along for that, and I joked about it because I would go into one corral, the heifers would go into the other corral.
Oh my God.
They wanted to stay far away from me as possible. Now I can literally step over a damn cow in the aero clip. They don't even want to get up. They're just like, oh, he's here again. He's checking. I'm not moving. There are cows that will stand up when you get close to them, but there are cows that will not move. I could literally step over the cows now at this point. So being around your cows, yeah, you could check with a drone. You could, send out a virtual presence unit or some damn thing. But there's nothing better than actually being there and putting your hands on the cow and being around them.
It is, if you're going to be a good steward of the animals, like if you're going to practice good animal husbandry, you need to check your cows. And not to say that drones don't have great, amazing technology, and not that there's cool things that aren't going to happen with GPS tags and even more drone technology and stuff. But at the end of the day, we don't have the cow herd that we have without having human contact with them.
Right.
And just having heifers, which are the dumbest animal alive, right? And all of those guys have taken their babies. We can be in the barn with them, and they're not trying to come through the gate at us. That's what we want. So we're going to keep messing with the cows every day. So.
Exactly. I saw another RFID tags. We do have RFID tags. We use that mostly for tracking through the food chain, but we can use them here on the ranch if we scan them and all that. I don't really do a whole lot of that, but I could do it more, honestly, once I learn how to use the damn thing, because I've got a wand that supposedly you're supposed to be able to scan the ear tag while you're weighing the cow, and it automatically puts it in the computer and everything else. I haven't figured out how to do it yet. Cheryl and Dietz's grandchildren would like to know how old the oldest cow on the ranch is.
It's gonna be number 2.
Because it's kids, I'm gonna answer this one. Let's see.
Is number 2 the oldest?
I don't know. We're gonna find out in 1 second.
Pretty close.
Feel free to answer another question while I'm looking this up.
Well, you need to scroll.
Oh yeah, according to Yellowstone, I'm supposed to use a helicopter too. I forgot about that.
What was the colostrum supplement you give to new calves? It's from FBN, and it's called
OGH paste. It's optimal gut health.
It's not colostrum supplement. It doesn't have colostrum in it. It's to get their gut health going, and it's a scours prevention. So when they get scours, they lose all their good bacteria, goes out the back end. And so this gets it's a boost to their gut health, right?
So this is interesting. So the oldest cow on the ranch is not number 2. It's actually number 6. So she must have been.
That's wrong.
Yeah, I don't know why I have.
Number 2 was born in 2009.
Yeah, I have number 6 is born in 2007. That's not right.
No, number 6 was born in 2010.
So number 6 and number 2 are both 14 years old.
Nope, 6 was born in 2010. Because Gilbert gave us 5 calves in 2009.
Why do I have that in there wrong?
I don't know, you did it wrong though.
Okay, so number 2 is the oldest cow. She is 14 years old. She was born in 2009. Yep.
Yeah, and then 6 was born, 6 and 8.
6 and 8, who are both out there.
They were born in 10, so they're 13.
I have to edit her.
Okay, do that now.
I'm going to do that now.
The question I'm asking is whatever question Erin will think is a good question. Erin, go for it. Okay, thanks, Jared. Appreciate that. How'd you get Penelope? Facebook.
Answer them quick. Quick draw questions.
How many breeding cows did you have when you first started, and what is your goal? Well, we had 0 when we first came to the ranch. I mean,
the ranch over the years has gone from 150. When we first came to the ranch, there was only like 45 cows here.
Yeah, it was about what we're sitting at now.
Yeah, and then we built up the herd.
My mom built up the herd.
Yeah, up to about 150.
We had like 7.
Yeah, up to about 150 cows. And then now, obviously, we're back down to 45 or so again. So,
but not like it's tricky, right? Because like people are like, we're not going to tell you exact numbers, first of all. But actually, like numbers wise, because we're keeping everything, because we have breeding cows, we have bred heifers, we have unbred heifer calves that will get bred this year. We've got all of the scrubs and all the feedlot animals, the bulls and stuff. Like actual cow wise, like we're not that low in numbers. It's just that they're not all breeding cows. So it's just a different business model.
Yeah, very different.
What's our goal? I don't know. 75-ish.
Yeah, I mean 75 would give us a decent spread between heifers and steers and being able to rotate and do everything we need to do. So. Number 2 is the oldest cow. Number 2, she's really friendly. You're going to see her, obviously, during the 24-hour live stream, but we're going to probably try to squeeze her into some videos here too. She's super friendly. She'll climb in the gator with you for cake.
Yeah, she's a good cow.
I did. So she came up. She was eating cake from me the other day, and she is losing teeth. She's old.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, she still gums a piece of cake to death, and she's still got enough teeth, enough molars. She's kind of losing teeth up front. But she's
her body condition score is still great.
Yeah.
Obviously, like as they lose teeth and stuff, they'll not be able to maintain weight and stuff. But she's doing really well still. But we'll start keeping an eye on her.
From Sherry, do you feel that the mom gave up on delivering today's calf? Yes.
Well, that's what heifers do.
Yeah, she pushed for 10 minutes and said, okay, well, this isn't going to happen. I'm going to lay down and not do anything else.
And it hurts, and they don't know. Like they don't know what they're doing.
Right. Yeah. It was spooky when I went out and in that video when I reached down and grabbed that calf's hoof and the placenta. I think I said afterbirth in the video, but technically it's placenta.
Was it placenta or was it sac?
Well, it was sac, placenta bag. It's the same difference. Yeah. And when I reached down and grabbed it and it cracked. It was frozen. Like it had been laying there long enough that it was practically frozen. So that's where I was like, okay, this cat. She started trying to push it out probably 5 seconds after I left at 1:30, and now she's been laying here, for the last 3 or 4 hours. Luckily, that wasn't the case, but
technically, so we give them heifers you give like half an hour after their water breaks before you intervene. Cows you can give like an hour. Obviously, like there's a risk of infection once the water sac breaks. Usually, as long as the placenta is not detaching, which it shouldn't detach, it obviously can detach before the calf is born, and then the cow is going to hemorrhage, and all kinds of bad things are going to happen. But in theory, even with a broken water sac, if that cow is stuck in the birth canal, that calf is stuck in the birth canal, as long as that umbilical cord has not broken and the placenta has not, if she's not running around the field, right? So that placenta should be intact. So in theory,
mostly intact, yeah.
Yeah, and as long as it's not detaching from the uterus wall, that calf should be okay. But you don't want infection. You don't want to strain that calf. Obviously, swollen tongue and all that stuff starts to happen. So, yeah, I mean, you just don't, with heifers and stuff, you just don't give them a lot of time.
No, and by the time I got her in the chute, and you can tell, she's not helping me at all. I think I said, can you push for me, please?
Right.
Like, she didn't want to. She
and
just wanted to stand
there. And the breech one, too. Like, I was like, she's not pushing. Like,
No.
like with cows and stuff, like, they'll push, right? Because they know they got to get it out. And so you can pull with their contractions, and then it's a lot easier.
Yeah. David asked once again about the ankle of the calf. It's now up and walking. It's probably more chain damage than anything. There's some swelling in that leg. We'll give it some Banamine as well to try to bring down that swelling, and he should be fine.
Yeah,
he's up and walking around, and he has no idea. So
walking on it, it's straight. It is a little shaky, but it's just probably a little.
I mean, I pulled on his arm really hard. Like, I mean, it is what it is. So
Marty's good.
Marty is good.
Okay.
Marty is over in the C team, hanging out and getting all kinds of good food. So, and number 2 is bred, so she is going to have a calf this year. She's had a lot of calves, so she sneezes and has a calf. We don't have to worry about her at all.
Has she ever missed a year?
I honestly couldn't tell. I mean,
I don't think she's ever came up open. I don't know that she's ever lost a calf. I can't remember.
She's a good mom. She's a really good mom. Yeah. So I don't mind that at all. As they get older, I remember Kirby was an older cow, but she wasn't super old, but she had a breech calf. She was a pet cow.
And then she had a bunch of uterus damage.
And then she had a bunch of uterus issues and everything else. And that's the big thing with like pulling calves, the breech calf, along with even this big guy that we pulled, damage to the mom is more of a problem. So when we preg check this fall, we have the vet come out, we'll have those numbers, set aside and say, hey, we need to take an extra look at this cow's uterus, make sure there's no damage that was done by the breech calf or anything like that. So.
Well, and when they preg check, like Kirby, she came up empty, and so then the vet was just like, let me just check and see why she's empty and stuff. So because she was a bottle calf, she was like Bambi, she was all black. But so if she hadn't had uterus damage, the vet's like, she'll never breed back. Like, we would have kept her. But
I saw a few high tunnel questions.
Yeah, the high tunnels are still there. I was reading that too. Like, we never said that we got rid of the high tunnels from Trader Joe's. Yeah, I'm growing vegetables now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jared asked, what video did the Don't You Die on Me clip in the 30 and 30 intro came from? That was actually number 1 from last year. The number 1 calf from last year, he did end up dying, but
we tried.
We tried really hard with that. We kept him alive for a couple days, and he ended up passing away. I was glad to see you weren't shy about using a shock prod to get her up, because at that point getting up was very important. Yeah, we talked when Erin came out and yelled at me for not having a radio and my phone on me. We ended up, she came to help me get that cow up, and I kind of cut a lot of that out. Dead. I know, I wasn't. I was good. We spent a little bit of time trying to get that cow up. I kind of cut some of it out in the video because it was just basically the same thing. We were smacking her in the face, trying to get her to stand up, popping the sides. It became evident pretty quickly that she was not going to be able to get off of that bar, that bar is there in the middle to keep them from falling down. But I don't use the shock prod very often. I use it very rarely, but that was one of those instances where it's like, okay, I'm going to get it because we got to get her up and moving, and if this doesn't get up and moving, then we have obviously bigger problems. And it didn't take but 2 or 3 pops with that thing, and she was up and going. So
I see there was on the video and the breech calf too. There was a lot of video comments about like, why are you not using the head gate in the barn? Why are you using the arrow clip when you're pulling? it's a lot easier to get them into the air equip. The barn is not as easy. It never was easy to get cows into that head chute because they have to go from an outside into a covered like alleyway, and then like make like a 90-degree corner and then up a hill, up a slight hill. Like it was never designed super well. It's just an awful design.
Yeah.
And then
it was what we had for the longest time.
It was the only thing we had.
In the first couple of years of videos, that's where we brought cows in.
Yeah.
Giant pain in the butt. Go back and watch those videos. Watch me chase those stupid cows back and forth and in and out.
And like Goliath, when we pulled Goliath, like I think it was her, she was so mad. And then like there's no good spot for us to stand and try and get a snorty cow in. Like you're putting yourself in so much harm's way, whereas the air equip is the safest. Like I would argue that it's probably the safest cattle handling system on the market.
Yeah.
And
definitely.
like there's
and they stand behind that too, by the way.
There is nothing wrong with pulling cows in the air equip. And that bar is not like when she's laying on it, that's not harming her at all for her to lay on that.
No.
It's probably not comfortable.
No, the biggest thing is obviously like in that when she went down, my first response was let's, get her head out of the head gate because we don't want her to choke herself out.
Well, and so they can pinch a nerve. Mm-hmm. And yeah, so if they put, and they can do it in the head gate in the barn too. Like it's any sort of pressure on their necks, they can pinch nerves, and then they don't ever. That's how we have Bambi.
Yeah.
Her mom did that.
Her mom went down in the chute.
Yeah.
I saw a question back here about Erin's drink. It's a different, so people don't recognize your drink tonight, and they would like to know what you're drinking.
Truly wild berry vodka and seltzer.
And you had salt on the rim.
I had cranberry sugar rim.
Fancy.
Rim dip. I don't know what it's called.
It's very good. Do you have a fallow week or two between crops in the high tunnel, or you just rototill and start them again? I guess when you're doing your succession planting.
I don't till anything in. Well, I saw some questions about like when I switch from summer to fall. We have 2 high tunnels, or spring to fall, spring to summer. So spring high tunnel is spring greens. We will plant summer high tunnel probably 1st of May, and then some spring high tunnel will actually get some like another planting of spinach. The sweet potatoes go in there. It gets some weird oddball and weird stuff, and then in August it will get fall stuff. So it's not like because we have 2, I don't have to till in the spinach to plant the tomatoes.
That makes sense, yeah.
So I can just plant different stuff in the summertime in the spring high tunnel. And then outside, like our season's not long enough. Like I can plant 2 plantings of radishes and like lettuce, but like, yeah, I do like, that's all I really do, like multiple plantings of, so. If that makes sense.
Yeah, we switch gears quite often. If this is your first live stream here, try to keep up. We'll go from cows to gardens to kids to all over the place, pretty dang quick. Jeff Lake apparently is working for AeroQuip now. There is a sale on the 87 chute on AeroQuip's. Head on over to their website and check that out.
Nobody should be having twins. Not to say that, because our vet ultrasounds and does check for twins, not to say that they couldn't have missed one, but we are not purposefully expecting any twins.
Right.
They're just big.
I saw a question about pigs earlier, so now we're going to switch gears into pigs. We do have 4 pigs left. Those pigs leave when? With the storm, we don't know now.
They're not leaving this week.
And then we have more pigs coming in at some point here before too long as well. Hopefully.
Yeah.
This is all dependent. Weather's kind of throwing a whole big wrench into everything, like our whole week, but we'll work our way through it.
Yeah, pigs are supposed to leave on Wednesday. They're not.
They're not going to leave on Wednesday. So we're expected to get, what was it, 12 inches of snow?
12 to 18.
On Monday and Tuesday. Mm-hmm. Sturgis had how many inches of snow?
23.
23 inches of snow in Sturgis.
Well,
and we're supposed to be taking animals over to Sturgis next week. That's probably not, I don't even know if we're going to be able to get into Sturgis. So.
And we just have a winter storm warning. They have a blizzard warning. So they're going to get 65 mile an hour winds in Sturgis. So all of those ranchers that are calving over there, oh my gosh. 9 inches on Monday in Sturgis and 12 on Tuesday. And their blizzard warning says 1 to 2 feet.
Yeah.
Feet, so, not inches. 1 to 2 feet.
Since we're talking about weather, once we get out of this storm, things kind of straighten out for us, don't they?
Yeah, like next week it's going to be like 60.
Yeah, so that'll be nice. So then we can start getting into some more projects on the ranch. The duelist asked about the cow, compost cow. We'll be actually working on getting that out and probably on a field somewhere. We'll start working on harrowing, all the things that we need to get done this spring. It's got to dry up, obviously. But yeah, once we get past these storms, though, things start to happen fast.
Well, I did look at like the extended month-long forecast, and we do have 3 days of moisture, like 16, 17, 18, something like that.
Oh, okay. And that was rain, snow mix kind of thing?
Yeah. I mean, so like right now it's like rain, but you know, that could be another 12 to 18 inches.
True.
Ethel has not had her baby.
Not yet. We're still waiting. Hopefully during the 30 and 30. That'd be a great video.
What are you going to do with the A-team during the storm? Well, you can watch Tuesday's video.
Yeah.
That'll be Tuesday. Everybody's going to get shuffled around a bit.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of animal movement happening. Tomorrow's video is getting ready for the storm, but then we have like a two-day time frame to get ready for all this. So, yeah, we'll be moving animals around. We're going to be doing all kinds of stuff. So,
Petunia is a pet, yes. William would like to know when we'll know if we're cutting hay. We'll probably know. I mean, I think by 1st of June we'll be pretty.
We'll know if it's gonna.
But we could get hailed out. I mean, stuff like we'll know when we have bales in the field. I mean, so we've been hailed out before.
Oh yeah. We thought we were gonna hay, and then never mind, put it all away. Yeah. It's
we won't count
it's
bales.
a crapshoot.
We won't count bales till they're made.
We're not gonna count anything.
No. Do the kids get snow days off or online classes? Will they get snow days off? But I mean, they have to make them up again, so.
Yeah, this year they've had a lot of snow days.
4.
Yeah.
What are your early predictions for hay? Absolutely no predictions yet. The ground is still frozen. It's kind of thawed. Like 6 inches is probably, it's squishy.
It's a little squishy, but if you went out with a shovel, I bet you couldn't dig by hand more than just 3 or 4 inches down.
Maybe 6, maybe. If you're in a spot that like water's been sitting.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
Big Bad Mower, $10 super chat. Thanks for the content. Watching with kids before bed. I told them they could watch before bed. Maybe a bad idea since they have school.
Ours are still up to. It's fine.
Depends where you're at, obviously, what the time zone is. So, John Paul Henry with the $20 super chat. Mike, please make sure you take some type of communication device with you. My uncle had a heart attack when he was fixing fence. No one knew until he did not come home for dinner. Now, that was back in the 60s. Obviously, today is a little bit different. Everybody's got cell phones. If I was out fixing fence, honestly, my radio probably wouldn't work. So having a cell phone would be a big difference. But, you know.
I mean, you can still have a heart attack and not be able to make a phone call.
Right.
I mean, you were only gone for probably like 45 minutes. Which obviously, bad things can happen in 45 minutes. That's why I came looking for you.
Mm-hmm. Jacob asked how the bale reserves are doing. We're actually doing pretty good on hay. I have noticed here this month we've been feeding a lot more hay than we ever have, and that's because everybody's all separated out. We've got heifers here. We've got the C team and the A team and the B team and the horses and the bulls, and so a lot more bales are being put out. But I think that we're still using the same amount of hay. It's just we're putting out more bales.
And they still waste hay in ring feeders.
They do.
Horribly, awfully bad.
We need to get a thaw so we can clean some of that out.
Yeah.
Amy asked the pasture cam, which you can find at ourwyominglife.com. There's only one cow visible. Is that one the cow that has had a calf, or maybe she's having a calf? I don't know. It's dark now. I can't tell.
I was gonna look and see.
Who knows? The cow that had her calf was actually laying out by the windbreak today. So you're on AeroClip's website.
I know. I was looking at their bale feeders because they're nice and I want them.
You want one?
Times 7.
How many acres do you need per head in your area?
Jeff answered that.
Oh, never mind. Jeff answered that. I guess I don't need to answer that then.
I don't see any cows out there. I see a lick barrel.
It looks dark.
Well.
Do you see a cow out there?
I see a lick barrel.
Okay, maybe that's a lick barrel.
Zoom, zoom, zoom. Lick barrel. Oh, there's somebody coming in. Who's walking?
We can just hang out and watch the webcam. throw it up on the screen for you.
She's trotting.
Well, maybe
did she leave her dang baby out
there? She probably did. She probably left her baby.
Yeah, Mike.
After we get done with live stream, I'll go out and check cows and do all the things. You'll see headlights out there moving around. All right.
Did you tell Jared thank you?
Oh, Jared, another super chat, $3.75 towards Mike's tracking tag and heart rate monitor. I have my watch, so that
you didn't take it with you.
I didn't have my watch on either. I literally just got up, and Erin was like, "You damn YouTubers, grab your camera and don't take your phone." But I did. I grabbed it. I just happened. The camera was sitting there. I knew she was going to have a calf, so I took the camera with me. I didn't think it was going to be a problem. Is what the deal was. Is the heifer in the feed program a free Martin? No, not right now. They're actually, Marty and Frida are over there, but they're in the C team, so they've got a while before they get into the feedlot. What?
They're opens.
Yeah.
Is that farm store open in 2023? Yeah, we don't close the farm store. I mean, like, we have days off, but yeah, it's open.
The farm store has a Facebook page if you'd like to go and check it out and find out what the hours are and all that kind of stuff.
Will we get a baby emu someday? Yeah, maybe. They won't breed till next winter.
William asks, what's the biggest reason to forget your phone and radio? And do you put them in different places at night? So, honestly, I don't know why I just forgot it. I don't know why.
You don't usually.
No, I just happened to get up and go and just forgot it.
Yeah. It happens. I mean, it's weird, but would you have called me?
Probably not. I mean, everything was going relatively smoothly. I had it handled. Like, I was kind of surprised when I saw you, actually. I was like, oh, you're up. Like, and then it's kind of like, why are you here? But once I realized I didn't have my phone on me, and you'd probably tried calling me.
No, I saw your phone.
Oh, okay. So you knew that I didn't have my phone.
I tried calling you on the radio.
I didn't
on
have
the walkie-talkie.
On the walkie-talkie?
Yeah. Will heifers that don't breed me back be sent to freezer camp? TBD. To be determined.
TBD.
I don't know. They'd probably be used for jerky. If they're 3-year-olds and don't breed back, yeah, probably jerky.
Exactly.
Like, we won't ever just send an open cow to auction. Unless, like, I would say unless there's a health problem, but we're not going to send a sick cow to auction either. So, no, they'll always be used for something. So yeah, just probably jerky. So.
Exactly. Danny asked, why is there, we briefly touched on this, different areas have different acreage requirements per head. So that is called stocking rate. It's based on how much the land can produce and how much a cow can eat. So if you're in somewhere that it's raining and you're constantly growing in Missouri or somewhere, that you can do more of that rotation and all that kind of good stuff, you're going to have a lower stocking rate. You're going to be able to put more cows per acre.
Yeah, it's all about how much grass and type of grass too, because different grasses have different
nutrition value.
Yeah, different protein, different mineral content, different micronutrients and stuff. So yeah, it's all just it's all about how much grass you can grow.
Exactly. So. Can you tell the story? I know you said you got Petunia off Facebook, but can you explain where she came from?
I don't really know. I just bought her off Facebook.
Somebody brought her to you.
Yeah. I just bought her from a family that I didn't even ask why they were getting rid of her.
Oh, that was my question. Why are they getting rid of her? She's a 3-year-old potbelly pig.
Well, I don't know what she is.
I thought you said she was 3.
She's 3.
Oh, okay. And she's not a potbelly pig?
I don't know. We've had this discussion the other life. I don't know what she's a mini pig, potbelly pig. I still don't know if there's a difference.
She's a pig.
I never did Google that. I don't know. She's a pig and she's here. She's a pet. She'll go in the petting zoo. We're going to have to build her a little hut because I don't think we're moving her back and forth every day like we do the goats. Was the age cutoff to send a cow to beef production as opposed to jerky? Do older cows not make good steaks? No, they don't make good steaks.
Think of it like a chicken, like an old chicken. You always hear about like stew pot chickens. Well, that's an old chicken. They're good for stew. Old cows, you can get steaks off old cows. They're not going to be a lot of older cows you'll see go into grind, hamburger, that kind of thing.
Yeah, our older cows go into jerky because it's cooked and seasoned, and so like we don't have to grain them or anything, and we don't have to like they can be lean and they're grass finished and they're not finished. We just take them to Sturgis.
They're grass fed.
Yeah, they're grass fed. But it's cooked and seasoned. So if there is any of that like gaminess that comes from a grass fed animal without grain, then it's taken care of with it's cooked and seasoned. I don't know about a 3-year-old. We've never finished a 3-year-old. We've never put a 3-year-old in a feedlot. I don't know. I think
there's certain cuts too that a cow has to be under a certain age to get certain cuts from that cow.
After 30 months, you can't get T-bones. So yeah, I don't know. Iris Morgan says over here in Northwest Wyoming, our stocking rate is 2 for 100 acres, 50 acres. Wow. Yeah, I mean there's little micro areas within each. It's not like all of Wyoming has the same stocking rate.
No, in fact, it can differ county to county.
Oh, yeah.
There can be multiple stocking rates throughout a county.
In the northern part of the county, there's more clay, and so clay holds water better, and so it grows more grass, and so their stocking rate is slightly different than us here in the southern part with super sandy soil.
Mm-hmm. So. Yeah, makes a big difference. ZW, a newcomer to the chat. What about a cow's temperament? Do crazy ones get removed from the herd, or are you not worried about that? Cows are tough, right? So we have a cow, number 8, which you've probably seen in posts and videos and whatnot. Number 8 is a really sweet cow. She'll eat cake out of your hand. She's really nice. She doesn't really like you don't pet her or anything like that, but she's a very friendly cow. Now, go up and see her 30 seconds after she has her calf, and she will take your head off. Let her chill for a few days, and she's right back to normal. So there are cows that you learn your cows. You have cows that are just butt heads all the time. Yeah, I'm not going to put up with that. If you're a cow that has no reason to be mad at me, and you're just mad, you're just angry, you're going to go away. There's no point for anybody to be, the kids are out there, Erin's out there, I'm out there. Carrie's out there, Jeff is out there. I don't want anybody to get hurt by a cow that's just a mean cow. She can go. When number 8 has her calf, which she will, and she'll probably do it on video because she seems to every single year, she's tried to take the door off the gator. She's done all kinds of crazy stuff, and people will say, oh my gosh, you need to get rid of that cow. And it's like, no, I don't need to she's doing what she's supposed to be doing. So a cow temperament is very, I don't know, it's kind of wishy-washy. They have moments, obviously they get a big dump of hormones after having their calf.
And they're supposed to protect that baby.
Yeah.
I mean, and so obviously we don't want to be like knowing that she's going to be crabby and stuff is okay. It'll be interesting like with the heifers like next year, like what they're like next year, and if they're like typically within 2 to 3 days after having a calf, like those hormones level out and they settle down. And if you can't take a calf, you can't take a calf. Like not that big of a deal as long as that cow settles down. We've had crabby cows that like we've put up with for years. Sometimes you need the numbers, right? And you can't ship every crabby. Like we were super lucky. Like we don't have very many crabby cows. So when we would have 1 or 2 out of 100, like we just kind of put up with them. They weren't horrible. Nobody was like, oh my God, you're within 100 acres of me and I'm gonna kill you. Like nobody was that crabby.
Cows have bubbles, right? Think of it that way. They have like personal bubbles. Some cows have bigger bubbles, some cows have little bubbles. Bambi has no bubble. Cracker Jack has a mid-range bubble, right? And Cracker Jack could stomp me into the ground at any second if he wanted to. So it's also a matter of like you keep your guard up no matter what. Even around Bambi, she's friendly. She wants to, climb in your back pocket.
But that's a problem
that's
too.
a problem as well. Yeah. So she could run over me, and she's just trying to be nice. I mean, so you always have to, kind of be on your guard. But yeah, there's no reason to keep a cow that's going to hurt somebody. You
also have to watch your eyes behind you for the emus.
Yeah.
Because they sneak up on you, and they're quiet. And Jenny got me today.
Kenzie and I were out checking heifers today. We went and walked through them, and we came back through the barn because she wanted to see Blockhead in there. And we're standing there looking at Blockhead and her mom, and all of a sudden Kenzie goes, ow! And I was like, what? What happened? Well, Jenny had come up behind her and pecked her right in the back of the head, and apparently pretty hard. And Kenzie was like, what the heck? Like, why did you do that? And like,
well, they have sneaky
They're very sneaky.
Sneaky dinosaur feet.
I'm not sure about
you
this
can't
whole
hear
emu
them. Can you? I don't ever hear them.
No, they're sneaky. They're sneaky birds. Julie said, I didn't know you could IM Banamine with cattle. The horses, you have to do it in the jugular because getting access to the muscle. Yeah. Actually, I actually gave it to him sub-Q when I gave it to him. IV is probably the best way to give Banamine. Unfortunately, with a calf, and it's hard to find a vein sometimes, or even the jugular to get it into. So
horses and cattle are extremely different.
Well, they are different animals.
Yeah, but horses are very fragile.
Right.
Right.
Brian has a good point. Difference between a truly dangerous cow and just a crabby cow.
Yeah, crabby are okay.
Yeah, you can get in a fight with your cow, and you guys can make up later.
New poll: will Jeff or the new Gator be on the ranch first? Oh, TBD.
We will find out. Costs just as much to feed a good cow as a bad cow. Yep.
Yeah, you learn. Yeah, and yeah, age. They can settle with age and stuff too. Yeah. Emus love Mike's camera. They love everything. They're just nosy.
They do love the camera. Oh my gosh, they just.
They
like gravitate towards it. I don't know how many times I've went running full speed at the camera because they're coming in. There's cords and wires and stuff coming out of the camera because I've got microphones and whatnot. So I should just get a different cord because the microphone cord is red and they really like that.
Can they see color?
I'm guessing she can because on my camera the cord is red and she will unplug it.
Well, she just wants to touch it.
Well, she's trying.
Your calving bucket they also went after. She was messing with the hose today. She was trying to eat hay because there was a piece of, like, I just pitchforked over hay for 40 whatever in the barn, and and there was a piece of hay on the top of the gate. They don't eat hay.
No.
And she was trying to eat it.
It's something to play with.
Forrest is just like whatever. Jenny's like, what are we doing? 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 What are we doing?
No doubt. Todd Nichols asked if the bulls are aggressive. It depends on the time of year. I wouldn't want to get in between a horny bull and a cow, but right now they're pretty chill. They don't really do much. They just kind of hang out and eat. So just kind of different time of year.
They do like to see themselves, the emus.
Maybe that's what it is.
We should get them a mirror. But like a prison mirror, a safety mirror.
A prison mirror. Can anybody grab us a prison mirror?
Because they would break it.
Next time you're in the joint, just take the mirror off the wall, send it to us, little mail call.
They would break it, and then she would put it in her mouth, and she'd run around.
Should we do a mail call during the 30 and 30? Have a mail call
Nobody
episode?
sent us anything.
Nobody has sent us anything. Maybe we'll do a mail call if something happens to show up. Your prison mirror. We can put it up for the emus.
Yes, we're doing harvest hosts this summer. We actually had our first harvest hosts.
We have had our first harvest.
They left this morning.
Yeah, crazy.
Have a good night, Don. Thanks for being here. Would you consider to buy and train a horse? No, absolutely not. That's not what we do.
I wouldn't know how to train a horse.
We're not. We're not those people. Erin, you keep telling me that the emus are affectionate and will like me. I'm not so sure you're being truthful with me. Watch today's TikTok that I made. I gave Jenny a big hug.
Yep. Very, very sweet.
Yeah, Jenny's great. I'm thinking that's going to change when she gets some hormones, but
like anything around here. Any guess for your first red calf? Oh my God, I bet you. I'm not going to bet. 45. The one that came out of the feedlot is now in with the heifers. By the way, somebody suggested because her number is 45, we should call her Trump. I just want to call her Trump because she's orange. But that's funny to me. But we try not to get too political. But anyway, I'm guessing she is going to have a red calf. I think she's got that red calf gene. Of course, our bulls were both black. And if they have no red calf gene in them anywhere, then they're all going to be.
We're having all black babies.
We're going to have all black babies.
I bet we'll have one red.
Yeah, the red is a passive,
it's a
recessive gene. Yeah. So, what's the reason you don't use the horses for ranching? Because it's a giant pain to go catch a horse and saddle him and get out and do something when I can actually just jump on a four-wheeler or the gator and have it done in 5 minutes.
We use them for pleasure.
Yeah, Kenzie rides. We ride. It's just for fun. All right. Yeah, black is dominant over red. And that's going to wrap us up for the night. It is obviously a 30-30 continues. This is the only live stream that we're going to...
Orange Cow, good.
we're going to have this month. No live streams for the rest of the month. If you are a Patreon supporter, then you will be invited to the 24-hour, or not 24-hour, the
30 and 30,
30 and 30
recap.
wrap party live stream, which takes place after the 24-hour live stream at some point. We'll probably take a little bit of a break.
Yeah, it'll be like on like Wednesday or something.
Yeah.
When does the shirt sale, jerky sale end? Tonight? It ends tonight.
I don't remember. You set that up, or you gave me dates.
No, you set it up.
I set it up. You told me the days.
I think it ends tonight.
I don't know.
At midnight. So if you want to order a 30 and 30 shirt or some jerky or beef sticks while they're on sale, do it tonight.
Yep.
Emu Camp. They'll just stand at the camera. You'd have to put it like way up.
Yeah, they'll peck at it. Pink,
so they
pink,
couldn't
pink.
see it.
They would take it off the wall. They would figure,
they're so fun.
They're naughty.
They're just
naughty.
the best. I just love them so much.
So anyway, thank you very much to our moderators, of course, for keeping things straight. Lots of stuff still on the way in the 30 and 30. When is Jeff coming? When he gets here.
TBD.
We'll know when he's here. This big storm is the newest thing. Be sure to watch and see how we handle this, because I really have no idea how this is going to happen.
12 to 18 inches.
What's going to go down. That is on the way. More calving coming up. We've got projects on the way. We've got new equipment coming up. All kinds of cool stuff during the 30 and 30. We might even be able to con Erin into cooking us something, maybe, if you know.
Grocery haul.
Grocery haul. There you go. Those are always fun. Did we do one last year in the 30 and 30?
Yeah, because you were like, I have no content.
You're going to the grocery store.
I will take care of this for you.
Sweet.
What tier in Patreon is the wrap party? $1.
Yeah, $1. So
$100.
Everybody gets invited to that one.
There's not even a $100 tier.
There is not. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. I have to edit tonight, so the normal schedule is I edit at night. Video comes out the next day, so you're actually seeing the day before. Also, coming up, and I announce it in tomorrow's video, but I'll tell you guys early, on the 10th video of the 30 and 30, I'm going to be doing a viewer special. So if you do have questions you would like answered, be sure to send us an email at mail@ourwyominglife.com, and we'll try to answer as many questions as we can during the 10th video in the 30 and 30. That is our viewer special, so you guys will be able to get your questions answered, whether you send them to us well, you have to send them through the email. That's the only way that I'm going to get them, because, you know, who knows. But anyway, anything else you want to add?
No.
No, you're
We're
good?
gonna go prep for Blizzard 2024.
Yeah, Blizzard 2024. That's such an inside joke. I don't even know if anybody would get that.
Well, they can go watch last year's 30 and 30.
Last year's 30 and 30 really quick. We were prepping for a blizzard. Erin wrote the wrong year on the board, so we were actually prepping for a blizzard that was a year away. So technically, during the last 30 and 30, we prepped for this blizzard. This year, we're going to prep for next year's blizzard.
It was like more dramatic last year. It was later in April.
Yeah.
Calving was like in full swing.
It was wild. Yeah, it was a big one.
This one is just like,
it's just another day. So get ready for just another day. Tomorrow on the 30 and 30, be sure to watch. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel, whether it's the Beyond the Ranch channel or our Wyoming Life, because I know some of you guys, and I can tell because I can see it on the screen, that, no, I can't, but I'm just trying to lay a guilt trip on you. If you haven't subscribed to the Our Wyoming Life channel, be sure to do that and hit the little bell notification so you get notified when new videos come out every single day during the 30 and 30.
Yep, and order shirts and jerky while they're on sale.
Sweet. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.